Today is day 29 of Scraptember, and the prompt is black and white. It is also Scraplift Crafternoon, and we are scraplifting Wendy. I love her stuff so much. And to be honest, I was so excited about this layout. I scraplifted this layout way back when I was at the retreat in August, and I just didn't want to wait. I loved it. So that's what I'm doing on this video, and I probably don't remember everything because it's been a little bit since I did it, but we will walk through it together. The first thing I did was cut that green paper. And that green paper I found at a little yard sale. And I feel like I've been saying that so many times, but I've been to a few crafty yard sales. The retreat that we were at, the house, under the house in the basement area, was the owner's office. And she had a little donation area where some people had left things just to make some improvements on the property and things like that. And she mentioned it, so we all went down to support her. And she's just a super sweet lady, and they're trying to make some improvements to some of the properties. I think they have 3 different houses that they do retreats at, and they're just scrapbook retreats. And so we thought that would be fun. And I found a couple sheets of this paper, and I just thought it was such a good, it's an older Bo Bunny. No, it's not Bo Bunny. It's Glitz Design. So they're not even in business anymore. So it's probably really old. But anyway, I found that, and I was remembering that I had these pictures to do, and this little flare from Scrap and Happy Studio was kind of the focus, I guess, of this for me. I wanted to do these frog pictures because I had that fun flair. So I'm ruffling up the edges. I made my fishtail banners, and that may be a little helpful hint to you. I don't know if you already do this or not, but cutting one side and then using the piece that you cut to cut the other side just by flipping it over is a good way to make them exactly the same on both sides. So that's what I did, and I am now pulling out all of my ephemera. I'm using the Simply Vintage Lakeside from Simple Stories collection, and I didn't use any of the paper, but I did use several pieces of the ephemera or die cuts and some of the stickers out of the sticker book. So I'm going to go through those for a little bit now. I guess I lied. I think that little green plaid that'll make it on here, and I think that's out of the 6x9, or maybe it's a different Simple Stories. That one might have been out of a different Simple Stories. Okay, the very back, the wood grain, that one is actually from Coco Vanilla Studio Great Escape, and I thought it worked perfect with the black and white photos. So my prompt for Scraptember was black and white, so I wanted to do a black and white background, so I used that wood grain, and then I've printed my pictures in black and white as well. So that is going to be how I interpreted the black and white prompt. And then for Wendy's layout, she does it seems like all of her layouts are so colorful and beautiful. She uses lots and lots of color, and I didn't want to compete with that. Not that this is a competition, but I just felt like she does it so well. I'm not even going to come close to hers. I'm going to do mine as a more monochromatic. And that's kind of why I chose the photos that I did and the collection, because I knew I could do this monochromatic. So just for fun, I am doing that in contrast to what she normally does. I'm using her design, and you're going to see in a minute that I am going to take inspiration from her title, which she had 2 photos of her dogs, or her dog, on the original piece, and she had the title Talk Dinner to Me. I thought that was as cute as can be. So I thought and thought and thought about what I wanted to do for my title. And you're going to see it in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you I chose Feelin' Froggy. And I thought that was a kind of a cute little title to go with this. Bryson, this is his picture. He found this cute little frog, and he is not always one, he's a little more cautious. He's not always one to pick up the frogs and stuff. He'll find them and he likes it, but he's not always the going to be the first one to pick up a bug or a reptile or whatever. Grayson will do it, but Bryson's usually a little bit more cautious. But on this day, he found this teensy tiny one, and he picked it right up and was showing it to me, and it was such a cute little frog. We did let him go, so it was pretty fun. Okay, not sure what happened there. My video just cut out to the very end while I was in the middle of the voiceover, so I cut some of it off, and we're trying again. Hopefully, you can't hear this horrible wind out here. We're having a storm. I think we were already supposed to have a storm, and then there's a lot of extra moisture in the air, even here because of the hurricane that's happening right now. Praying for all those folks in Florida and in the path of this storm. So I'm deciding where to place everything. I have my main elements here that I want to use. I'm going to add in some of this cute flare. These are the cutest. These are the vintage flare that she does. They're canvas and they're gorgeous, even when they're frogs. They're still gorgeous. I thought they were so cute. So they go well with all the greens. They stand out well on this layout, and I just love how they add some extra texture to this. So I'm finishing up, deciding where each of my little clusters are going to be, and I really did not stick with a 3 cluster or visual triangle at all. I have little embellishment areas in several places, and I like how it looks on this. It's a different type of design, and I thought it worked. I thought it was really cute. She has a triangle at the top and bottom. I don't know if it's a cutout or it's just an extra piece that she put. It looks like it's what she cut off of her fishtail banners. It's the same paper, so it kind of looks like she cut that part off and then glued it to the top and bottom, and it's really cute, and I should have done that as I'm looking at it now, but I did not. So I found a different sticker that I thought worked better in that area, that is a little subtitle up here above that little photo of the frog, and it says Little Adventure Captured. And I like how that looks, because the Little Adventure is the top one, and then Captured is the sticker that I just added below it. It tells part of the story. It is just a little adventure. It's 10 minutes of our day, but it was fun, and I wanted to put it in here. So that is what we're doing. We actually had been fishing at a friend's house the day before, and Grayson had found a little frog, and Bryson didn't find one, and he didn't see the frog. Just heard about it with Grayson talking about it later, but Grayson used his for bait, so Bryson let his go. So I've went ahead and added, I went ahead and put some of the embellishments, glued them down, and now I am going to work on this title. I cut the title using my little sidekick from Tim Holtz, and these letters are also from Tim Holtz. I cut them out of the same green paper from Glitz that I have just right above it there. I'm just using an extra piece of that and putting my title down. A lot of times when I do little die cut letters like this, I do several layers. This time I didn't. This is just one layer of that green paper, and it's going to go right on here. On screen, it kind of looks a little shiny, but it's not shiny at all. It's the exact same paper. So it's feeling froggy, and I thought that was awfully cute. And it matches perfectly, of course, because it's out of the same paper. Oh, and I guess maybe I hadn't put a lot of it down. Maybe I've just put some of it down in the middle. But I will go off screen and do most of that. I don't do it all on screen here. Just a little bit. I do some of the things popped up. Stay Curious is popped up, and then on several of the die cuts, I pop up just the top and put the bottom flat to the page. I like to do that. I've done that many times on video here so that it's popped up in part of the place, but it's also laid down flat underneath so it can tuck better. Gives you a little extra dimension. And I feel like it looks like it could be a real leaf. It could be a real butterfly because just the wings are popped up or whatever. So that's how I like to do that. And then I wanted to add in some wood elements. And since I was at retreat, I asked my friend who was sitting next to me or across from me if she had any little wood veneer pieces that would work. And she had these little butterflies. So thank you, Nikki, for those. And they worked perfectly. We traded something. We were playing a game also and trading supplies with someone else at the retreat got you points on our little game that we were playing. So we traded. I don't even remember what I gave her, but I gave her some things and she gave me some things, and it was perfect for this layout. So that was fun. There's my close-ups, and I really appreciate you watching today. I do have lots of information in the description box.